Good morning, everyone. I call this meeting to order. It's our regular staff meeting. It's Monday, December 22nd, 2025. We will move right into staff and electric reports. Call Mark Reed, our county planner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Mark Reed, County Planner. Merry Christmas to all. Next week, January 6th, got four items from the Planning Commission. Second preliminary plat for seven lot subdivision out on US 87. The Smith RV Campground CUP and Story. Baumgartner Cell Tower CUP out by it's right not far from Ucross. Yep. And then a rezone from the Cold Biscuits on that's road. So Planning Commission had recommended approval of all of those other than the Smith RV Campground, I believe. So that one was recommended for denial. P&Z next week just has a single item. It's a proposed storage business in the Downer Edition. It's hard to describe where it is. It's on the west end of the Downers Edition, up right adjacent to the city, actually. So that North Heights Edition, it's just on the inside of the fence. We may have received comments already from the folks that live over there. So
really,
yeah. So anyway, that'll be on P&Z's agenda, and you'll see that in February. So let's see, construction wise in the county this year, we're finishing out almost identical to last year. 312 permits as of Friday, and this year to date last year was the same, 312 permits. Interesting. So state gives us
good job, Mark.
yeah, not up to me, but anyway, so yeah, if you have any questions on any of those items, let me know. And happy to go into additional detail. So
Questions for Mark, anyone?
yeah.
Mr. Chairman, my apologies, Mark.
Yeah.
My question on the Baumgartner,
Yes.
what was that again?
That's a cell tower conditional use permit.
That's it?
Yep.
Anybody else? Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Ken?
That's it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Ida?
Nothing.
Heidi?
Good. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Heidi from Smith, Nurse Manager at Sheridan County Public Health. I just wanted to come up and give you a few updates about kind of some going on across the street. I'll tell you a little bit about, and maybe some expenditures coming up as well. I'll tell you a little bit about the workforce grant because these are the funds that we're going to utilize for this. The workforce grant it was awarded to the state of Wyoming, and the counties could apply for some of the funding through the state. And so we jumped on board a little bit late. It's a 4-year grant. We got in about halfway through the cycle. So we have about 2 years to utilize our funding. We got about a little over $50,000. And this grant is used to sustain and retain and kind of help bolster our public health staff. So we have been using this most recently to advertise that open nurse position. My former position is still open, and we're in the middle of interviews, so that's good. We have a small pool. We have completed a couple of those. We also are looking at some of our equipment. We have older webcams, so we're updating some of the web cameras, some privacy screens on our computers, things like that. And this all falls within the parameters of the grant. I report to the state for that every month. Kind of what we're using it for and how it's helping to reinforce our staff. We are looking at some branded clothing. We do have a line item in our regular budget for clothing, but the grant can be used for this. We're going to utilize that grant. We're doing training, a few trainings, of a book or two you may have seen from Frost already. So any questions on the grant first?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
So is there any kind of a match required on that grant, or is it just a complete grant?
Just a complete grant.
Awesome,
So, yeah, and so I submit to the state and they reimburse us.
very good.
So, those are a few things that we're looking at. Some of the things you may have already seen as far as equipment and stuff. We are also going to utilize this funding for an upcoming session for, the public health staff. We're going to focus on some strategic planning, kind of see how we can serve the community better. Almost a regroup if you can. We have me as a new manager, some challenges over the last few years that we faced. And so to make this the most productive, kind of insightful meeting, we have hired, we've contracted in a professional that's going to come. She's from Red Lodge, Montana, and her name is Beth McGrath of McGrath Leadership. So she's going to come in for a few hours, work with some planning, maybe some little bit of restructuring and how we can offer our services more efficiently and things like that. So we're going to kind of leverage her expertise. They said that I could guide it, and I'd rather be an expert. So she's going to come down for about 4 hours. That's the end of January that this is going to take place. January 30th, it's going to be from 11 to 3. That's a Friday. And the office will be closed. I have requested and obtained from the state the approval to go ahead and close the office. So that gives us about 3 hours that will be kind of closed to the public. And historically, that's kind of our lowest. Our flu season is over. January tends to be a little bit quieter, and Fridays especially. So we want to have minimal disruption to the public. And so any questions or comments? I'm always happy to address any.
Questions, anyone?
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Do you have a list or a copy, or do you have access to information about people that are in the area that are on oxygen or critical?
Yeah, so that's called the access and functional needs list that we do maintain. And Ed, who's the public health response coordinator, over there in our office, he does a lot of work with that.
Okay.
So yeah, he's worked with some community partners on that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyone else? Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Jesse?
Yes, with the Sheridan County Emergency Management, just wanted to update you kind of the power stuff. I know I sent a few emails to you in regards to that, but there is continued power outages today in Bighorn. Those were controlled power outages because MDU is needing to address some concerns in regards to some of their transformers and stuff like that. So they found those after the incident, and so as a result to prevent those from blowing up, basically, they're in there trying to do some repair work. So that should be out for a few more hours. Some of the radio stations, for example, are down as a result of that power outage. So overall, the first responders did an amazing job of getting up there and addressing the concerns right away. Worked very closely with MDU, providing situational updates to all of those first responder agencies, and then our road bridge crews did an amazing job also getting out there and trying to clear roads as quickly as they could to address those concerns. We did have a tree that came down right in front of the Story Elementary School, and as a result of that, it hit the power line. So as a result of that, we did have to close school that day on Friday because of that. But that's now been cleared and repaired. So everything should be up and operational at this point, except for that controlled power outage. That was kind of somewhat unexpected, of course, but it was to prevent further damage to the system. So,
Very good. Questions, you, Jesse? Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Renee?
No.
Robert?
Nothing today.
Eric?
Nothing, sir.
Kimber?
Morning, Chairman, Commissioners, Kimber Culver, Fairgrounds Director. First off, Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone has a blessed holiday. What a great season it is. Wanted to let you know that in a community-minded effort, the Fairgrounds is working with Vitalent for their blood drive this coming year, kind of like what we did with the food drive by offering the use of the facility. So we are extending this to offer the use of the exhibit hall for their blood drive. They do it 3 days a week, 3 days a month. So 1 week during each month, however that, anyway, and they'll begin in either January or February. But I think it's great that the Fairgrounds is able to offer the space and help serve the Sheridan community. So I just wanted to let you know that. And then this last weekend, we hosted the group for the Fort Phil Kearny Fetterman Fight Youth Ride. They brought their horses in and started, I'll say, at the Fairgrounds, and then proceeded down Main Street and went to the battlefield and had a big festival down there to commemorate that event. But it was something unique that we haven't done before, so I just thought that it was worth mentioning.
That was, Mr. Chairman, sorry, that was yesterday?
Yes.
Or- Okay,
Yes.
I wondered what the horses.
Yeah. People
Down
are
at the
asking me
Y
what
gas
was going on,
station.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, they camped outside and, yeah, more power to them. Even though it's not winter, Wyoming winter, not for me, but the youth, I guess.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Questions for Kimber? Anybody? Kimber,
Thanks.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Kelly? No. Kenny? No, Levi? Diana?
Nothing. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Cameron?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, good morning. 2 items. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, a draft of the audit is supposed to be provided to us. And if there are any fill in the blank type things, whether it's a finding or if they're not sure of a wording or something, we have about a week that I'll get with other electeds to provide our input, and hopefully next Monday it'll be released to the commissioners. But if it won't, then it would be at some point during that next week. We should have the final copy of it. They are waiting on a couple other items from the hospital before they can release our report. So that's coming up. We did have some damage to county facilities because of the windstorm. So I know the fairgrounds had some. We're going to be submitting to insurance to see if they'll cover that. If there are any other facilities within the county that has experienced anything, please let me know so we can get that all submitted at the same time. That's all I have.
Very good. Questions for Cameron on any of that?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Cameron, after we get the audit, how long is it, because this has been a little bit delayed, how long is it before we start going into the process for the next audit?
I guess I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Sorry.
Sorry, let me explain a little bit more. So obviously it is a process where we have to approve and then they go into collecting all the information. I know this one was a little bit delayed because of different federal requirements and the shutdown and all those things. When do we start that process again for next year?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Jennings, basically it's July 1st. So I will start receiving some questions in June and like prepped, here are the types of reports you need to pull, but you can't really pull anything until after July 1st. So by the time they do their rollover in the clerk and treasurer's office, we really don't get started until August on pulling that.
I think probably I should clarify where I wanted to go with that. We had a citizen come in and talk about the idea of going out for bid for the audit.
My apologies.
If that were to happen, because I know we've used the same service, if we were to go out for bid, when do we need to do that?
You as the commission, and I've asked a couple times, have to give me direction to go up to bid on this. That's my answer.
Okay. Timeline though, if we're getting this audit.
It's going to be a 2 to 3 month process. In talking with some auditors, they don't bid on anything unless they have 12 to 18 months. So some may not bid at all, others could bid within that 2 to 3 month process and be ready to go for July. But PMCH has said that they would like a little bit longer. There's one out of Salt Lake who said they prefer 8 months. So it's just a timing thing. It's like anything that we go for bid for. You can put it out there, but it doesn't force someone to apply for it. But
Mr.
to be
Chairman.
clear, I need direction.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, in that vein, at some point here soon, so that Cameron has enough time, I would like the board to discuss the idea of going out for bid for auditing service.
Okay.
So put that in the queue.
We'll put it in the queue. Anybody else for Cameron? Thank you, sir. Anything else? Commissioner Jennings?
I just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. I'm really excited because I get to have family that comes up for the first time in several years. So you will probably get to see my brother and nephews, hopefully next Monday, a staff meeting. So, yeah. And I'll try to make sure he wrangles my nephews.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll be like, hey, from up here. So anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Mr. Arcee, anything?
Just make sure that everybody has a Merry Christmas and stays warm. We're gonna have a hay ride. I'm providing the trailer and the hay. That'll be Christmas Eve. I think we start at 4 o'clock in Church of Bighorn. So looking forward to that. I did have one question for Mr. Mueller. I noticed on my fast trip to Billings yesterday, I didn't get a chance to stop and look, but it looked like there was a drilling rig down on that chunk of county land. Do you know anything about it, or is that off our property, county property, or?
Mr. Chairman, are you looking right off the interstate?
Yeah,
That's Ramaco doing their new facility. I think they're drilling for wells.
that's what I thought. I wasn't positive.
Yeah, that's
about
not
it.
our,
I am, okay, thank you very much. And that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Siddle?
Well, I've let some people know already, but I just have the duty to announce that my good friend and mentor, Bob Ralston, former county commissioner, passed away Saturday night. So, fine gentleman, great leader in Wyoming, and former leader of the Stock Growers Association and president of the Wyoming County Commissioner Association. He was a fine county commissioner. So.
Mr. Charlie White.
I heard somebody mentioned that too. I hadn't heard that for sure. And Commissioner Charlie White, so, yeah. Anyway, other than that, everybody have a happy holiday season. Good.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Haswell?
Just that I'll be out the first few days of next week for basketball tournament in Phoenix.
Oh, darn.
Okay, well, I don't have anything else, so the next item on our agenda is item number 3, consider amendment 1 to the grant in the Wyoming Department of Health, Public Health Division, and Cherokee County Community Services Block Grant Program for 2025 through 2029. And I would call on Ann Perkins, but I don't see her, so Cameron.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this particular amendment is to a contract that you signed on July 1st. It's for the Community Services Block Grant, CSBG program, and it's a 4-year program. So what has happened is the state received guidance from the federal Department of Health, and it's removing a clause, a task that was in the original contract, and it will be replacing that item 7Q with the word reserved. And the reason it says reserved is because they didn't want to renumber the rest of the contract. So for the record, I'm just going to read the clause that's being removed as part of the duties that Ann would have to perform. Item 7Q, health equity. The subrecipient shall ensure that services are equitable to under-resourced, socially disadvantaged, ethnically diverse groups, provide services that are culturally and linguistically appropriate, collect demographic information to the extent practicable, and engage in partnerships with other public or private providers to eliminate health disparities and improve health of all people. This has been reviewed by the deputy county attorney, and he had no concerns with it. The timing of this is they're trying, it was dated as December 1st. They're trying to get it back by December 31st. So I'll stand for any questions.
Questions for Cameron? Anyone? Questions?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve and authorize the chairman to sign Amendment 1 to the grant agreement between Wyoming Department of Health Public Health Division and Sheridan County for the Community Services Block Grant Program for 2025 through 2029.
I second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Discussion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Item 4 on the agenda is executive session pursuant to Wyoming Statute 16-4-405A 12 to discuss safety and security planning.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would move to convene into executive session pursuant to state statute to discuss safety and security planning.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Wow, that jump there.
I got it with the doors. Sorry, yeah. I'm the chair. Okay.
I move that we reconvene into regular session. The recording is started,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to reconvene. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Back in regular session, and we're going to be adjourned at 9:54.
By the way, please don't share these with anybody. They're controlled documents.